Hi, welcome back. So here in this question, this is a tree diagram question without a replacement. We are not going to replace it back. So a box contains 15 red pencils, 8 yellow pencils, and 2 green pencils. Two pencils are picked at random without replacement. In the previous example, we considered replacement. It was getting replaced. The bead was getting replaced. So in this case, in this example, the pencils are not getting replaced. That means it is without replacement. So let's draw the tree diagram first. Make sure that each branch, when you add the values, you will be getting the answer. You should get the value as 1. Each branch, so whenever once you are done with the tree diagram, you just make sure that the values from each branch, they add up to give you 1. If they are adding up to give you 1, that means you're working, your answer, everything is correct up until now. So let's draw this. So here we have 3 outcomes for each attempt. We have a red pencil, yellow pencil, and green pencil. Again, basic formula we need, probability of any event is number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcome. So here in the first attempt, this is the first attempt, and all the values in this particular branch, it should add up to give me 1. In the first attempt, the probability of getting a red is 15. So 15 out of total, how many are there? 15 plus 8 plus 2. That is basically 15 plus 10. That is 25. Now in the first attempt, probability of getting a yellow, how many yellows are there? 8. Out of, in total, we have 25. Now finally, green. There are 2 green pencils out of 25. Now let's make sure whether our answer is correct or not. So just check, add all the values in this particular branch. It should add up to give me 1. 15 by 25 plus 8 by 25 plus 2 by 25. They all will add up to give me 115 by 25 plus 8 by 25 plus 2 by 25. Denominators are the same. Therefore, add the numerators. 15 plus 8 is 23. 23 plus 2 is 25. It is giving me 1. Therefore, this particular branch is correct, the values. Now, here, after, so this the next part which I'm going to draw is for the second attempt. First attempt is done. All the possible outcomes is done. Now, here, this is the second attempt. Second attempt, by assuming that in the first attempt, I'm getting a red. So in the first attempt, I'm assuming that I got a red, and second attempt I can get a red or yellow or green. Now we are not replacing the pencil back. So in the first attempt I got a red. Now I'm not keeping it back. Initially I was having 25 pencils with me. Now since I'm not replacing it, I have only 24 pencils with me. And the one which I got, I'm assuming that it is red. So initially there were 15 red pencils. So the one which I got in my first attempt, I am not keeping it back. So in my bag now I have only 14 red pencils. Now denominator is not going to change because in the second attempt, one of the pencil that I got in the first attempt, I am not replacing it. So I have only 24. And that pencil was red, so all the remaining yellow, that means all the 8 yellows are still there in the bag. And then since it was red that I got in the first attempt, all the remaining 2 greens are also there. 14 by 24 plus 8 by 24 plus 2 by 24. I'm just checking whether my answers are correct. It should add up to give me 1. 14 plus 8 is 22. 22 plus 2 is 24. So 24 over 24, that will give me 1. Now I'm going to assume that in my first attempt I got yellow, and in the second attempt again I can get a red or a yellow or a green. Now I'm assuming that in the first attempt I got a yellow and I'm not keeping it back. It is without replacement. So now in my bag I have only 24 and the yellow is what I got in the first attempt. So all the remaining 15 reds are still there. 24 out of 24. In the first attempt, I've got a yellow. Initially, I was having 8 yellows. Now, since it is without replacement, I kept that yellow which I got in the first attempt separately. I'm not putting it back. So I have only 7 yellows remaining. All the remaining 2 greens are still there, 2 over 24. Let's check whether my tree diagram is correct. All these values in this branch should add up to give me 1, 15 plus 7, 22. 22 plus 2 is 24. So 24 over 24 is 1. Finally, this is the case where I'm going to assume that in my first attempt I got green. Second attempt I can get a red or a yellow or a green. So after getting green in my first attempt, I'm not keeping it back. It is without replacement. So I have only 24 pencils in my bag. Green is the one which I got and it is without replacement. So all the 15 are still there for the second attempt. 15 reds are still there in the second attempt. For yellow, since I got green in the first attempt, all the 8 yellows are still there in the bag for the second attempt. And since in the first attempt, I'm assuming that it is green, initially there were 2, I took 1, it is without replacement, and now I have only 1 green remaining. So that is 1 out of 24. Let's check my tree diagram is correct. So when you add them up, 15 plus 8 is 23, 23 plus 1 is 24, 24 over 24. That will give me 1. So basically, I'm done with my tree diagram here without replacement condition. Find the probability that at least one pencil is red. We are taking 2 pencils, so the possibilities are no red, and then it can be one red and one another color, or it can be both red. So here, these are the only 3 conditions which we can get here when we consider a red here. Now, the question is find the probability that at least one pencil is red. So what we are going to do here is that we'll be finding out the probability of no red, and then from 1 we can subtract this particular value. So no red means then we'll be getting the value for 1 red and 2 red. At least 1 red means it can be either 1 red or it can be 2 reds. Oh, okay, so now probability of no red here, not getting any red. So how many chances are there here? In the first attempt, if I'm getting red, I cannot take this branch here because already I'm getting red here. In the second attempt, first case is getting a yellow in the first attempt, getting a red. That is at least one red is there. In the second attempt, yellow and yellow. So yellow and yellow, that means I'm not getting any red. Yellow and green, I'm not getting any red. Green and red, I am getting a red, so I cannot consider that. Or green and yellow, yes, there is no red, green and yellow. Finally, green and green, there also I am not having any red. So probability of no red means probability of getting yellow plus probability of getting yellow green plus probability of getting green yellow plus probability of getting green and green. So probability of getting yellow is what? 8 by 25. Both of them are yellows. 8 by 25 into 7 by 24. 8 by 25 into 7 by 24 plus probability of getting yellow green. Yellow green will be, yellow is 8 by 25 times green is what? Yellow green. So 2 over 24 plus probability of green yellow. Green yellow means initially first attempt I need to get green, that is 2 by 25, and yellow green and yellow, that is 8 over 24, plus probability of green and green means in the first attempt with green, that is 2 by 25 multiplied by 1 by 24. 1 by 24. Now 25 into 24, when you put this in calculator, 25 into 24 will give me 600. 8 into 7 is 56. Plus again 25 into 24 is 600. 8 into 2 is 16. Plus 25 into 24 is 600. 8 into 2 is 16. Plus again 25 into 24 is 600. 2 into 1 is 2. Add them up. So 56 plus 16 plus 16, that is basically 56 plus 32 plus 2. We'll get it as 90 over 600. So probability of no red is 90 over 600. The question was probability at least one pencil is red. So probability of at least one pencil red means 1 minus probability of getting no red. That is 1 minus 90 over 600 will give me 510 over 600 or 51 over 60 or 51 over 60. That will be our answer. And probability value always lies between 0 and 1. 51 over 60 is 0.85. So this part, once we are done with the tree diagram, the question was to find the probability that at least one pencil is red. At least one red means there are three different cases. We probability of like no red in both the cases, we will not be getting any red. That is one case. And then the second case, probability of getting one red and one another color, or the last case is probability of getting both of them as red. So here, at least one pencil red means it can be either one red or it can be two red, but it should not be no red. So first we will find out probability of no red. There are four conditions. All those four conditions we have added them up. We'll get when we add them up, we'll get the value for probability of no red. Now what we need here is at least one red. So from 1, you subtract probability of no red, you will be getting the answer as 51 over 60. So if you have any doubt, please let me know through the comment box. Thank you for watching.